Okay, welcome to another shop talk. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. What I'm going to do is I've got a lot of sycamore come in over the last few months, loads. I'll show you it quickly around the yard in a moment. I need to get some planed up, ready to show clients when they come, taking options on tables and wood. So often when the tree's been planked, you can see this top bit here, the little one, not been stickered. I took one of those off the top of a pile, stuck it in the kiln. It's probably only been air dried for about 6 months and it's come out really well. It dried really flat and stable and it looks really nice. There's also kind of a theory on drying sycamore vertical, so I did actually dry load vertical. Now I'm drying some of this big stuff horizontal. We'll see what's best, whether it's problems with staining. But yeah, so I'm going to take you through. I'm going to put it through the plane together. I've not looked at it myself yet. I'm going to put it through the plane, get it sanded and then get it oiled so we can have a look at the grain together. It'll be something interesting. I've also got some oil stain which got pigment in it, which is really nice colour. I'll show you some of that on it as well. So this is some of the really big sycamore. This is part of it. I've got the whole tree. This is the main straight kind of bottom, if you like, of the trunk. Really big. I need to get out and paint some stuff on. This is the next one up. It's got a little mini crotch system going on. I really need to cover this up. I don't like the sun baking it straight away. That is all sycamore under this funny looking shelter. So this is all sycamore here, really nice figured, and another whole pile there, sycamore, and there's more sycamore in, I don't know if there's any in the kiln. Let's have a look. Yep, that is sycamore in the kiln. You can see the colours, look at that, fantastic. This is sycamore. There's a bit of bur oak on the top. I was just trying to dry it out. There's some sycamore there, and there's more up there. This is sycamore as well. And I think there's one more pile. Anyway, that's enough to sycamore to get on with. Okay, so if you follow me on Instagram, I posted this yesterday and said, could you guess what it is? Couple of guesses. It isn't a concrete form and it isn't like an extraordinary long US post box, but they're both really good guesses. This is what it is. It is for storing my wide belt sander paper, and in there's where the oscillating sander belts go because they're quite long, and it's just going to replace the bars I put up there. I'm not really happy with them. I think they still create, especially when it's cold in here, they seem to create a little bit of a fold. Much better when they're stored with a nice curve. This is some bendy ply that I bought. Unfortunately, I bought it on the wrong plane. I bought it on the length and I should have bought it on the cross. So I've had it lying around. So I just made that. Should get it up next week. Okay, thought it might be nice today. I've got the first lot of, this is kind of an offcut of some of the sycamore out of my kiln, which I collected last year. It's been lying around for a while. Seems to be drying really well in the kiln. I've got 2 pieces of the offcuts. I thought I'd plane them today. Show you at the same time I have a look, show you what the grain looks like, how well it's dried. Some of it was dried vertically. I think actually these pieces were laid flat to see if the staining I've read about, sort of 2 schools of thought with drying the sycamore. But anyway, so going to plane it over live, run it through the belt sander. We can have a look at the grain and might even pop some oil on it to see how well it works as a sample. Just get some of the dirt off. Well, the early signs are looking good. So let's see how it comes out from under here. Okay, so I'll try and get in with the camera. 2 passes, 150 grit on the wide belt. Try and get some angle. Very difficult to get the light. So this is if you're not familiar with a wide belt, this is quite a simple wide belt, just one belt. Doesn't require a huge compressor or huge power or multiple dust extraction points. But I really like it because it's very compact and very easy to use, very reliable. This is fully calibrated with my planer, so when it comes off the planer at 57.7, I set this to 57.7 and it would just touch a pencil mark. So we've gone down 2 mil from the planer. The first roller sometimes is known as the calibrating roller, or you're calibrating, and that's like a roller where the sander is going over it. So it can be, it's like a harsher, just to get it one level. And then what you can do, this one has an air pad. So bring it down a bit. This has like a pad right the way through, and we can adjust the pressure on the pad. So similar to your random wallbook sanders where you've got soft pad, medium pad, hard pad, we can adjust the pressure. This pad goes under, there's no calibrating, and it's just gonna really skim it. So what you can do is slow this machine right down. The belt's spinning, but it's also doing that, oscillating. So you can just literally skim it. So you can make your 150 grit more like a 200 grit, or whatever, just very, very fine, just to do a few fine passes, and that will give us a real excellent finish. No need for orbital sander, because we're not putting resin on it. We can just oil it straight away, which I can't wait to do in a minute. So let's pass that through and see what it looks like. All right, let's see if I can get you on the grain there. It is absolutely stunning. Come on, focus. Really wonderful. There is some kind of purple staining there. I'm not sure if that's going to be on all the pieces, how that's going to come out with the oil. Going to oil it in a second, we'll have a look. But looks fantastic, absolutely beautiful. This is the Heidelberg oil. They call this 850-0011, and this is very thin. Use this as the first coat. I put it on with like a rubber or silicone kitchen scraper, just so it leaves some on the top. Just soak in, just move it around. If you use a cloth, end up putting quite a lot on the cloth. Seems to be a bit of a waste. Sometimes use a Scotch-Brite here just to grind it in, but this is so smooth, this grain. Just going to move this around. Come back to this, I don't know, an hour or so. Start building up the other coats. I'm tempted to try the Odis again, Odis oil. I just didn't have as much success with it being as water, safe with water, and it's just hard to build up the coats. At least with the hard wax oil, you can even spray it or build up the coats. That's what I've been doing. If you're watching some of my other videos, you'll see it. What I'm going to do on the other one, let that one sit. I'm going to do on the back side of the other one. She's got some hard wax oil stain. It's the same Heidelberg hard wax oil. It's the thicker stuff, not the thinner stuff. Which they call 850-0001, which is their normal toy safe, food safe kind of thicker oil. It's the same as that, but this has got a pigment or a tint in it. I'm going to try this on there as an experiment as well. So the idea with this pigment is that you'll Use this as the first coat. This binds into the grain, then you build up your normal hard wax oil coat for protection so that you don't knock the pigment off with wear and tear. I've actually got a table in the resin room. The client's ordered, I got some samples and we worked on it. This Havana oil, almost walnut, it's a wonderful colour. It reacts obviously the same as a lot of wood. It reacts very different. The order I've got is for on oak, and I looked at it on oak and it's just stunning, so natural. Okay, so touch dry now. I always have some of this, use a paintbrush here because I always have a little bit in a brush just to put it on. I tend to leave a brush inside the open oil just because it saves keep throwing brushes away, and I'm always using it. Really soaking in already. I think you can see how that looks. I'll give that about 15-20 minutes. I'll buff it off and I'll show you the whole thing done. Okay, so here they are, pretty much there. Quite a lot of variation in colour in this one. Hasn't actually been stickered because it was just laid down on the top of the pile. And this is with the stain. I'm just going to show you the oak, or some oak with the stain, because it does stain very differently. This is a piece of English oak, and you can see the stains. The way the oak grain is, it seems to be more of a natural colour. You can hardly see that oak is stained. This has really taken the stain quite heavy, but if you're into that kind of walnut darker look, it's lovely. Nice that it's a stain within the oil. But yeah, so I've got quite a lot of this sycamore, so I'll take a few bigger slabs out, plane them up, get them ready to show some clients. Don't actually have a sycamore table sold at the moment, so hard to, or pictures of one I've made. So I need to get some bigger samples done, but it's looking promising. I really like it. Thought I'd just do something a bit different, show you from rough sawn to planed up and a bit of oil, just a quick go on the oil. I need to make some samples. As you can see, I've got quite a lot of sycamore. I've got loads of sycamore actually. So I need to get some sample slabs ready, bigger ones as well, so clients can see them and imagine what they're going to look like on the table. If you like this video, please subscribe, please hit the thumbs up, the bell button. I'd like to thank all of my current subscribers. I really love to thank my patrons for hanging in there and supporting me, helping me make these videos. I really do appreciate it. Until the next one, see you all later.